Hello everyone and welcome. Today we will be taking a look at a new Nespresso pod. This is a limited edition release from Papua New Guinea. Now this coffee is kind of interesting in a couple of different ways. We're going to take a look at their Grand Cru designation, what that means. They talk a little bit about Q certification. I'm going to talk about that and explain that. And then of course we're going to taste it, we're going to smell it, we're going to talk about it, and we'll see if it's a coffee that you might enjoy. But starting with this Grand Cru designation, I believe that this is Nespresso's sort of premium line of coffees. I couldn't find a lot of information online about it, but I think this is some of their higher rated coffees, their higher scored coffees. And this goes back to what's written on the side here about Q certification. Now, for those who don't know, Q grading or Q certification is a process that a coffee undergoes in order to assess its quality. And it's given a score, sort of an objective score in terms of taste and quality. Now, there are specialized people called Q graders who are allowed to give these ratings. And you have to go through some really rigorous testing in order to get this certification. You can go for a Q Robusta certification, Q Arabica. You can focus on one line of coffee or another. But once you have this certification, you can grade coffee sort of professionally. These Q courses are run by the Coffee Quality Institute, or the CQI. Now that we know what Q certification is, we can kind of better understand what's been written on the side. The capsule here is claiming to be specialty standard or graded by Q graders and called specialty. Now typically that number is anything above an 87. I believe it's 87 out of 100. Now I don't know if that means that their other coffees are not specialty grade, but this one is stating it explicitly and I haven't seen it on other packages, so I'm kind of excited to see what this tastes like. So let's go ahead and get this coffee started. I'm going to pull up the website, we'll taste and compare and see what it says, and we'll see if I enjoy it. All right, so there we are. Some nice crema on top. Everything looks nicer in a whiskey glass. So we'll pull up the website here. It says classic Arabica varieties and pulped coffees that rest for 2 days under the high mountain sun deliver the elegant acidity and jammy character of Papua New Guinea specialty coffee. The outstanding cup displays sweet fruit notes, reminiscent of red berries and jam, elegantly outlined by a juicy acidity and a velvety body. As it is the case with many of our limited editions, we encourage consumers to try this coffee black to be able to fully experience its rare profile. All right, so this is obviously all Arabica coffee. Now they've changed their website slightly where I can't really see at the bottom. I used to be able to see what kind of roast they would do on this, but I can't really see that now. So I'm imagining that this is probably kind of a typical Nespresso roast, sort of a medium, but we'll taste it and we'll see. Let's see what we get on the nose. So I get a lot of kind of thick, buttery kind of notes, like browned butter, but kind of mixed with jam and cream. There's just this like heaviness to it, but very sort of underlying with a sort of berry acidity. You give it a swirl like this, and those aromatics just come right down through the top of this glass. Yeah, just getting layers of sort of sweet caramel and just this kind of candy-like acidity. Okay, so that's pretty smooth, pretty light, pretty creamy. Getting that nice like light tart raspberry on the top. Kind of complemented a little bit by this creaminess, kind of like custard. Now this is not very heavily roasted. It could be a light or medium roast, or somewhere in between. Now I think with this type of coffee, with this specialty designation, it would be in their best interest not to overly roast and sort of dark roast this coffee. So I kind of appreciate that, and you know, it's good for them to be kind of going a little bit lighter on these things and honoring the coffee and the producers and the farmers that have put a lot of work into this and made a specialty quality coffee. Now, just before I forget and drink all of this, I'm gonna make a little bit of milk in the Aerochino and we're gonna taste it and just kind of see how it changes or if it changes at all. So now with a little bit of milk, I don't want to add too much because I don't have much liquid espresso left anyway. Very sweet, no lingering bitterness at all. Complements the milk really nicely. Gets kind of cereally and sort of graham crackery a little bit, which might be something you like, maybe not. I do think that you lose a little bit of those kind of delicate notes, that acidity, that sort of raspberry candy kind of flavor notes to it. I think you do kind of lose that in the milk, but it's definitely not a bad cup of coffee. It's very smooth. So that about wraps things up. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the content. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you all again in the next video. Have a great day.